Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday. I landed in Addis Ababa after a 30-hour journey, met up with Bridget from the Gates Foundation, and drove into the city where I got some desperately needed and delicious Ethiopian coffee, shopped for a bit at a local market to get Henry this Ethiopia soccer jersey, and then went to visit Yekatit 12 Hospital. Hank, Ethiopia is one of the poorest countries in the world. Most people live without electricity or running water, most fields are tilled by animal-drawn wooden plows, and the shortage of basic services can be overwhelming. For example, the smallest hospital in my hometown of Indianapolis has 8 neonatologists. In Ethiopia, a nation of 90 million people, there are 7. One of the first was Dr. Mulualem Gessesse. So to get to the Yekatit 12 neonatal intensive care unit, you walk on plywood over standing water that smells of sewage and then up the stairs to the NICU. Dr. Gessesse and her nurses have to be very inventive. For instance, they use the oxygen tanks that you see here combined with tubing and water to create a kind of CPAP machine that keeps premature babies' lungs inflated. They don't have respirators or real CPAP machines, which Dr. Gessesse cites as among her many critical needs. But still, she's been very successful. In the past few years, her ward has gone from treating a couple hundred babies per year to more than 2,000. This little girl had to stay in the dark while being treated.
We suspect tetanus because it has a spasm.
I asked Dr. Gessesse several times about her choice of specialty.
So they will continue 24 hours.
So why do you choose to do this then? Eventually, she answered me.
My concern is for Ethiopian people.
Hank, 20 years ago, more than 15% of children who were born in Ethiopia died before the age of 5. Today, it's less than 7%. Child mortality has fallen faster in Ethiopia than in the world overall, and it's much lower than it is in far richer countries. How has this happened? Well, I'm obviously no expert, but 1, Ethiopia is serious about health, and 2, organizations like the Gates Foundation and Save the Children are helping Ethiopians execute an Ethiopian health strategy rather than trying to impose a strategy upon them. Like, take kangaroo mother care. When preterm babies are well enough, they live in the hospital for weeks or months with their moms, getting constant skin-to-skin contact. The babies and moms are together in the hospital 24/7, and studies have shown that this leads to better brain development, lower infection rates, and better weight gain. It's cheap, it works, and when you make a small investment in these babies' lives now, they have a far better chance of growing up to have healthy and productive adulthoods. But Dr. Gessesse also told me stories of failed outreach, as when a dozen CPAPs arrived from a charity, all of them adult-sized and none of them of use to her. We have to listen to each other. Hank, I've found humans to be extraordinarily generous within their social networks. Like, think of how quickly we support friends and colleagues in need. But lack of access to, like, Tumblr and YouTube makes most people living in absolute poverty totally voiceless in our online world, and inevitably we begin to imagine their problems as others, as things that don't happen to us. If our kids were dying of malaria and diarrhea, if dozens of our babies were dying for every one that gets access to a jerry-rigged CPAP machine, we wouldn't stand for it. But the thing is, these are our kids. Our world is also very literally their world. Oh, and I did get to hang out with Bill Gates, who was brilliant, and I overcame my tremendous fear of heights to fly in a helicopter with him, and I will talk about all that stuff in the coming weeks, but for now, let us just pause to be grateful to Dr. Gessesse, who has quietly and unassumingly saved the lives of thousands of babies. Our babies. As she told me, I have many children, only 2 biological, but many children. Hank, I'll see you on Friday.